Quiet on set.
Rolling.
Action.
Action. Hello!
Hello!
Welcome back to another episode of Uncut. My name is Sebastian.
And my name's Caitlin.
And we're here with another movie review. This time, Doctor Strange.
This is long in coming. I understand that this came out in May.
But hey. This is a spoiler review. So, in case you haven't seen this movie or you're planning on seeing it. Sorry, it's my coffee. Or you're planning on seeing it. So, just make sure you see it before you listen to this. Unless you don't mind the spoilers.
It was newly added to Disney Plus. So if you haven't seen it already, you can go watch it on there.
There's actually a little feature on Disney Plus, but we'll talk about it later.
Yeah. So, Doctor Strange, it opened on May 6th. And it was directed by Sam Raimi. And you know who that director is.
He directed Drag Me to Hell. One of my favorite movies of all time. Like, one of my favorite horror movies of all time. Incredible experience. I watched it when I was like, I don't know, 10 or so.
It's a terrifying movie to watch.
Really terrifying. I remember just like putting myself under the blankets because I could not watch. Amazing movie.
But yeah, so he was the one who directed this movie. Really great. And so this movie is obviously a sequel to the previous everything, pretty
Doctor
much.
Extraño.
If you haven't seen WandaVision, I didn't personally pay attention to WandaVision. He watched WandaVision. Do you think you have to watch WandaVision before you watch this movie?
Okay, so I will say no. You will get to understand it no matter what, because you understood it.
Yeah.
But if you want to know why she's so mean...
And she is in The Scarlet Witch.
If you want to understand... Yeah, if you want to understand why Wanda is the kind of person that she's at the moment, you probably want to go see WandaVision. It takes, like, maybe 5 hours or so. I don't remember how many episodes there are. But, I mean, at the beginning of Doctor Strange, they do explain what happened to her because of the book that she has in possession. But there's also more backstory as of, like, why she has that book. And just, like, where her obsession with her kids comes from. So I think it will be nice to watch WandaVision before you watch this movie. But it's not necessary.
Gives you, like, a little bit more context as to what just happened in her life. But it's not, like, necessary. But you can consider this movie to be, like, somewhat of a sequel to that, as well as a sequel of the other Doctor Strange appearances.
Given that at the beginning of the movie, when Strange comes visit Wanda, she's like, I knew you will come to talk about this at some point.
What happened in WandaVision.
At some point. It's like, nope, that's not why I'm here.
Yeah. So we have the same cast that we've had for a little bit now, with Benedict Cumberbatch as Doctor Strange, Elizabeth Olsen as Wanda, Rachel McAdams as Christine, Doctor Strange's like love interest. But we also have some new faces. Also can't forget about Wong, played by Benedict Wong. So we have a brand new character that's been added, named America Chavez.
What?
I do not know how to pronounce her name. So I'm not going to say it because I do not want to butcher
what is
it.
Let's see. Xochitl Gomez.
Sure.
Xochitl.
Okay. I don't know if that's the way to pronounce it, but that is
I
her
promise
name.
you.
She's a brand new character. I want to say she's maybe like 14, 15 years old in this movie.
Maybe around,
She's supposed to be a younger girl. She's a brand new character. We're also introduced to... Did you say it was from, like, What If? Like... Remember that the... John Krasinski's in this movie playing Reed Richards, and then there's Patrick Stewart playing Charles Xavier from X-Men.
Captain Kurt Carter.
Yeah, Captain Carter.
She is from WandaVision, yep.
Not WandaVision,
from What If. Yep. I mean, she's probably in the comics and stuff, but...
They're playing a lot into other shows as well, so What If could be nice if you want to understand why.
Because What If is pretty much like Multiverse and stuff.
Yeah, exactly. So, yeah. There's a lot of interesting characters. Some of it was kind of confusing. This whole thing, when it's the Multiverse of Madness, it means the Multiverse of Madness. You see a lot of different universes in this movie.
I have a really funny thing about John Krasinski playing what's his name?
Reed Richards
Reed
from
Richards.
Fantastic Four, right?
So the director, I believe, picked him as the character because he didn't think like many repercussions would come from it. Like, oh, it's a different guy playing this character, but no one's gonna care because he's gonna die after 5 minutes of being in the movie. So it's not gonna be much of a big deal. But now if he wants to, like, everyone loves John Krasinski, but many people are like, why is he that character? So if he tries to make him come back, many people are gonna be mad that he's not the original cast. But many other people are gonna be really happy. But yeah, it's pretty much because he was like, it doesn't really matter who I cast, it's gonna die nonetheless, so it's not a big deal.
There's quite a bit of violence. I think this might be the most graphic Doctor Strange that we've had, or just in general, Avengers. Because, yeah, Endgame was rough, but Wanda's kills are fantastic in this thing. So many gory different ways of murdering people.
Kind of reminds me of that one kill in Stranger Things at the very end. I don't want to mention it just in case some of y'all haven't seen it.
Wait, is that when that guy?
Yep, that one.
Yeah. If you know, you know. But it's that guy who's lying on the floor. Anyways, we've clearly enjoyed this movie, and I like multiverses already, so this is already a lot of fun.
Doctor Strange is my favorite superhero, no matter what.
Oh, really? Nice, yeah. So yeah, this is a lot of fun. So basically, the movie opens up with Doctor Strange attending Christine's wedding, which is like, oh, he loves her, but he can't be with her. And that's when he sees this monster from another dimension chasing this
a huge eye with tentacles.
This random girl that we've never seen before, and he's like, why is it only chasing her? So he saves the day, saves her.
And questions her.
And questions her. And she's like, wow, you don't remember me? So it's revealed that she's met a bunch of different variations of Doctor Strange. Because obviously there's different versions of you. We learned that in Spider-Man, where there's like 100 different Peters. Same thing for Doctor Strange. There's like 100 different Doctor
What is interesting, though, is that, I mean, they're probably not going to address this because it was pretty much a fan service with Spider-Man. But the Doctor Stranges from other universes are also, they look the same as the Doctor Strange from our universe.
Right.
But the Peter Parkers look completely different in the other universe.
Well, they wanted to recognize the other movies.
I know. It's a fan service, but
it's very interesting.
It's a curious thing.
But yeah, so he discovers that she's been separated from her family because she has the ability to travel to different universes, which is like, whoa, that's cool. But she keeps getting chased by this, like, a bunch of monsters and entities and whatnot through each universe. So she just so happened to land in the universe where the Doctor Strange that we know is in. And she doesn't really trust him because it seems before all the other Doctor Stranges just didn't help her in the way that she needed or was going to take away her power or that sort of thing, which she didn't want. So Doctor Strange is like, okay, let's try to figure this out. I know the perfect person to ask about this situation, Wanda. He knows what happened with Wanda. Yeah, he knows everything that happened, everything that she did in WandaVision. But he trusts her, and that's where he goes wrong.
Because he knows how powerful she is.
Yes, so that's what he realizes, that he made a grave mistake. Wanda is now the antagonist in this movie. She has been the one that's been chasing America through the universe using this dark magic book. I forget what it's called, but it's a dark magic book. That's all you really need to know. So she's been targeting her to steal her power because Wanda wants to go to a universe where she has children with Vision. Like, she doesn't have a universe, like, she doesn't have children in her own universe, so she really wants to take over.
Well, not even
universe.
with Vision. She just wants kids, period.
True. Originally it would be with Vision, but maybe she gave up because Vision kind of didn't react nicely in WandaVision. But yeah, so she's so desperate to be with her kids, well, with hers kids, that she wants to take over another universe and, like, replace that mom with herself.
Now, there is a thing about Wanda that I really enjoy her character arc and, like, what ended up happening. Like, the final product is good, but I don't feel like, it's not really that great. Like, she was such a cool character. Her true potential wasn't shown until she became a bad guy. So it would have been nice to explore her a little bit more as a good guy, as an Avenger, before she actually becomes like this terrible person that she is now.
Makes sense.
So it's just a bit conflicting as like it's a cool character now, but it could have been a really cool superhero as well.
Yeah, I guess I'll have to wait and see because I know for a fact she's not dead. Anyways, Doctor Strange is now horrified that Wanda has become this, and he's gonna try to protect America. He's gonna try to train her to, fight against Wanda, but Wanda ends up attacking Kamatash. Is that what it's called?
I don't remember.
The place where Doctor Strange got his powers. She ends up attacking, and trying to kidnap America. And Wanda's very smart. She's clearly breaking through a lot of Doctor Strange's stuff. But America ends up sending Doctor Strange and her into another universe as an effort to escape because she doesn't control her power. Her power comes about when she's scared, and that's how she gets shot through another universe.
Because she doesn't know how to actually use her power.
Exactly. So they travel through a whole bunch of dimensions where they then land on one where Doctor Strange apparently died in Endgame. And created this panel of what if superheroes with Reed Richards, with Charles Xavier, with Captain Carter. They're all as a council. Yeah. And then the bad guy from the first Doctor Strange movie.
Oh, yeah, Doctor or Professor X, I think, something like that.
No. That's Charles Xavier. Remember that there's this other bad guy that was at Kamatash that was upset with Doctor Strange and then left.
Oh, yeah. The
I
black
don't remember
guy.
his name.
I don't remember his name.
But he's also there, and he's very much against Doctor Strange doing anything to affect their realm, even though Doctor Strange is I'm trying to warn you guys that Wanda's coming. She's going to destroy your universe. And
they're no, you're the biggest threat.
Exactly.
Mordo is his name.
Yeah. So apparently Doctor Strange has become a bad guy in other universes, and he has to sort of deal with the repercussions of his other selves.
Because of the book.
But Wanda ends up finding them, murdering a whole bunch of people. But thankfully they stumble upon the Christine in that version.
Which is a scientist.
Is still a nerd. But she's now a scientist person in this one who's able to help America and Doctor Strange escape from Wanda. This is the part where that has the best kills, I think, with Wanda. So then they're trying to find this one magical book in another dimension. The good magical book to stop her.
But the good magical book that gets destroyed.
Yes. They do not get to it. They do not get to use it. So now they're stuck, and while this is all happening, Wanda she has Wong captive with her and be show me where because she has the dark magic book, show me where I can use it. So he takes her up to this really high tall mountain where dark magic is performed, and you can see on the walls that there's some sort of prophecy about a Scarlet Witch, where she's either going to destroy everything or rule over everything. Was that kind of how it was?
So they didn't know what this place was, and they thought it was a cemetery kind of deal, but it was actually a shrine or a throne. How she called it
for her. Yeah.
And there was these 3 huge giants that actually were surrendered to her. Yeah. And helping her out.
So, of course, she's psyched. She thinks that, I'm definitely going to win this because I have a whole shrine to myself. So that's also happening. So, basically, the thing that she's doing, Wanda's able to sort of, leave her body and, travel to another universe.
Dream walking is what's called.
Yeah, take over the body of
the
herself
other Wanda
in another universe and kill everybody. So that's kind of how she's doing the battle from her base of operations and dream walking to another universe. So in one way or another, I believe America and Doctor Strange get separated. He gets shot into a universe with Christine where everything's dark and it's getting destroyed.
Like a supreme Doctor Strange.
Yeah.
That destroyed everything.
And then America ends up, I believe she gets sent back to our version of Doctor Strange, where Wanda is planning on taking her powers.
So she puts America Chavez on the shrine and starts taking her powers. And Doctor Strange needs to figure out a way to actually get to that the normal universe and help her out. But then he encounters this other Supreme Doctor Strange,
that he has to fight.
They have to fight now because the other Doctor Strange is like, "Ooh, I'm taking over what you have, and you're Christine." So they have to the battle, and our Doctor Strange wins, and then he's like, "What do I do now?" He has the bad magic book.
The Doctor Strange in that universe has it. So he decides, okay, I'm going to dreamwalk as well. But here's where we need to talk about the very beginning of the movie, because I realized I didn't talk about it.
Oh, yeah.
At the very beginning, you see
America
Doctor Strange.
Chavez comes in.
Yeah, in America. They're running through this other universe. But Doctor Strange looks different. Like, he has a whole ponytail and everything.
Yeah.
And that Doctor Strange ends up dying
Gets
in
killed
the process
badly
by a huge monster. So America comes to Doctor Strange's universe with the previous Doctor Strange's body. So they end up burying it. So that's where this is so confusing.
Doctor Strange just buries it and is like, I've done this before.
So our Doctor Strange decides, I'm going to dreamwalk back to our universe.
Because one of the rules is that there has to be a Doctor Strange in that universe for him to be able to
dreamwalk. And
dreamwalk.
there is, because there's a dead body. So he decides to enter into this dead Doctor Strange's body and
which
dreamwalk.
is illegal.
Illegal to the forces of death
Dead.
because those ghosts are like really upset, like, get out of this body, like, you're not supposed to be in here. So he has to control the dead that are angry at him, and then he has to go defeat Wanda,
which he ends up controlling those spirits or whatever they are and using them in his favor to fly all the way to Wanda and kill her.
Sort of.
Kind of.
He doesn't kill her. I don't even remember this. So America is able, like, he convinces America, like, I know you can control it. You have to see how you can control it. So she opens up, like, kind of like how Doctor Strange opens up, like, another place to visit. She opens up another universe where she can see in. And Wanda sees her children absolutely terrified of her, and she's trying to explain, like, no, like, I'm your mother, I'm here, I'm gonna help you, and they're like, you're not my mother. The other Wanda's my mother, and, like, so she realizes that her children are terrified of her, and in that way she sees that she's become a monster worthy of being scared of, and so she's, like, horrified with herself. Like, there's, like, a really solid image of just her face, just like, oh.
She could have adopted.
Horrified.
She could have adopted.
She could have, but she wanted those two particular twin sons, which is a very specific request. So America gets free. Doctor Strange is able to go back to his original body, come back to the universe. I think he leaves Christine back in the initial timeline.
Yeah.
He doesn't bring her with. And then Wanda, through that, like, moment of, like, ugh, I'm a monster, she destroys the entire temple, and it falls on top of her. But I saw a clip, actually, that's posted on TikTok, where if you look really closely at the falling structure, there's this bright flash of red that occurs. So everyone that on that video in particular was saying that we think that's probably her just escaping to go live off in exile, and we're probably going to see her again.
Oh, yeah, I don't think they're going to kill off Wanda.
Yeah, so she's definitely somewhere, but she's horrified with herself, so she destroys it, she destroys the book, doesn't want anything to do with it.
There is a thing going on in Hollywood right now, and you can see it in Stranger Things. If you do not see them die, they're not dead.
Yes.
It's pretty much the law.
You need a funeral for it to be real.
Exactly. Oh. Iron Man.
I know. Iron Man, I know. So, anyways, now we're at the end of the movie, and we find out that there's consequences when you use dark magic. And this is one of the end credits, actually, where Doctor Strange is, like, walking down the street like a normal, average Joe, and he suddenly has this third eye develop onto his forehead, and he, like, freaks out. But then there's another clip, I think it was one of the women from the movie Eternals that neither of us have seen yet,
yeah.
But she's like, we need your help, and then he, like, opens up his third eye, puts on his suit, and, like, I'm ready, and we know, like, okay, so he's living with his third eye, he's fine.
Now let me explain something really quick. This comes back from the comics, actually.
Oh, really?
Which is obviously where most of the inspiration is taken from. and this is pretty much confirmed, he's not possessed by dark magic. Doctor Strange in the comics. So the whole thing with the third eye is that it only appears to those who are worth it and those who are superior. So even though he could be possessed by the dark magic, the third eye, the only thing that means is that he has achieved like a lot of power. Like he's really, really powerful right now. Only Doctor Stranges that achieve that amount of power can have the third eye. So it only means that he has achieved a lot of power, not necessarily that he has succumbed to dark magic.
Interesting.
So he's just like really powerful right now, and that's why I love him. He's just really cool. He can do pretty much anything.
Yeah. Awesome. So, what did you think about the whole movie in general?
Oh my goodness, I love the first movie, and I love this movie, and please give me a third one right this second. I need a whole Doctor Strange show. I need a whole Doctor Strange going through the multiverse. I just love it, and I'm gonna give it a 5 out of 5 clapping boards.
5 out of 5? Okay. I did like it, but at times I felt it was a little bit fast.
Okay.
Where I have a lot of questions still. And I think it had a lot to do with the fact, too, that, like, so much needed to happen.
Yeah, I think it's a lot to do with the fact that there's so much you can do in the multiverse anyways.
So there's, like, a lot of unanswered questions. I don't even know what's going to happen with America.
I think one of the questions that will be answered eventually is that what happened to America's moms. She's got 2 moms, and what happened to them.
Yeah.
Because Doctor Strange keeps telling her they're not dead. Like, you just send them somewhere else, and hopefully they're fine.
Yeah.
So how many clapping boards out of 5 do you give it?
I give it a 4 out of 5.
Okay, I'll take it.
Just because I felt it was...
I'm not offended.
A little rushed.
So one thing with America Chavez, I find it really tacky and like annoyingly cheesy. The fact that America Chavez's power is a star.
What?
Like her figure when she opens a portal is a star. That makes no sense.
I thought the last time she did it was a circle.
No, it's always a star.
Huh. I never noticed that.
Come on, it's like one of the big...
What?
I find it quite annoying that it's a star because, like, America Chavez, you know? America.
Well, she's not even from America.
She's literally from a whole other universe that was green and they will eat vegetables. That's not America. They didn't even have McDonald's.
Yeah. So, I guess we should go under the reviews now.
For sure.
Huh? So, this one's from a website called space.com. Director Sam Raimi's clumsy sequel to 2016's Doctor Strange pits Marvel's master of the mystic arts against a scary Scarlet Witch.
So why clumsy?
I guess we'll have to find out. Let me find the part where he actually talks about why he said this.
In the meantime, I can do some ASMR for you guys.
No, don't do ASMR. It's bizarre. The newest MCU film, long in development, is a convoluted mess at times, becoming exhausted by the finale, final smackdown, which feels like something out of a hyperactive Harry Potter spectacle. Whereas Derrickson's Doctor Strange offered a more measured approach to the character and delivered genuine pathos in his original story, Raimi's bombastic sequel feels like too many cooks spoiled the narrative broth. His flair for dramatic Dutch angles, undead heroes, and cackling demons is evident, and if your idea of a killer Doctor Strange flick is a putrefying zombified sorcerer clashing with a witchy mom trying to unite with her imaginary kids, you'll be thoroughly entertained, but have a set of earplugs as ready. The film is loud, often visually arresting, oddly unengaging, and rushed all at the same time. Clocking in at just a hair over 2 hours, including the interminable credits. It's one of the shortest MCU films in recent memory, though you'd be hard-pressed to find fans who would have yearned for any more sizzling energy bolts and mystic shields exploding in endless showers of sparks. But brilliant special effects are a revelation here, and the interdimensional contortions Cumberbatch experiences will leave you feeling like you've been strapped into a looping hyper coaster for 2 hours after ingesting a couple of foot-long corn dogs and funnel cake.
Oh my goodness. I mean, I kind of see where this guy is coming from. So, mentioning the director again and him making Drag Me to Hell, I think one of the things that his style definitely shines through is that this is not only a movie, this is a whole experience. That if you watch it again, you're gonna find new stuff, and there's a whole lore behind it, and there's a story, and there's just like so much content that you can unpack, that it could be a lot, but if you like this kind of stuff and you're into the experience of watching this movie, then you're definitely gonna love it.
It goes on to say, despite its express train pacing, tiring exposition dumps, and extra large plot holes, all the performances are rock solid, and it'll be interesting to see if Doctor Strange in the Multiverse of Madness flies or fails at the box office once more people have endured its bizarro vibe. So that's a little bit more of like a negative review for sure.
Yeah.
Let me see about good reviews. Let's see here.
More ASMR?
Fine, only a little bit.
Okay, so right now I have a can. Also, we've been seeing a couple movies now, so it's actually really exciting because we finally got the subscription so we can go to the movies and review them like as they come out as soon as possible. We'll just have to like review the movies that we've seen so far and try to catch up to release dates. But there are many movies that we've
already seen. Yeah.
So there's a lot coming out.
Should be ready.
Yeah, so just be ready. We're probably gonna start posting movie reviews twice a week until we catch up to release dates.
Yeah.
Which then we'll come back to one movie review a week, and then our special episodes on Sundays and stuff like that. But just be ready.
So I want to mention too that Sam Raimi also directed Evil Dead, which you haven't watched, but I've heard a lot about as being one of like the most amazing horror films.
Maybe we need to watch it.
So this particular review is from RendyReviews.com. Since Wanda Maximoff, now Foley Scarlet Witch, is positioned to be the antagonist of the film, Raimi utilizes her as the catalyst for his horror beats. There are several instances where she goes full Evil Dead in movement, resulting in some effective jump scares. The body count during her rampage is as brutal as it can get in a flick like this, and Raimi relishes incorporating classic horror tropes to make her a terrifying foe for Strange. The action sequences in the movie's latter half are pretty fun, if not innovative. The music fight between the two Doctor Stranges combines the likes of great visuals, shot composition, and sound design to give it one of the most fantastic-looking fight scenes in MCU history. That's followed by that dark, cold finale where Strange has some of that stop-motion Nightmare Before Christmas skeletons infiltrating his body, which I did notice it was stop-motion, and I thought that was so cool.
Really cool.
I couldn't help but grin ear to ear. And how insane that sequence was. If only Kevin Feige gave the same freedom to some of the other filmmakers in the universe's catalog. But it's as they say, with great creative freedom comes great consequences? Question mark. So yeah, they gave this movie though a 2.5 out of 5.
But that was a good review.
Well, because there's more. Let me see. So. Instead of exploring his past sins, especially how they could contrast with Wanda's predicament, the majority of his arc hinges on his what could have been relationship with Christine Palmer.
Yeah, I mean,
the relationship
that is
wasn't
kind of
even well
drags.
established in the predecessor, and it's pathetically strained. It's as Steven said in his first solo feature, Christine, we aren't really friends. Hell, we weren't hardly even lovers. This is true, but Walden's screenplay strains the not so impactful relationship between the two. When its attempts at emotional resonance comes to pass, you end up feeling nothing. The same goes for Strange's relationship with newcomer America Chavez, who's barely even a character. This is the first appearance of America Chavez in this vast world, and she's practically a MacGuffin. She only exists to move the plot along, getting Doctor Strange from one multiverse to another as Wanda hunts her down so she can live with her kids in a multiverse. Much like Tony Stark to Spider-Man in his first few films, Strange has to play babysitter and guardian to this kid, and she doesn't get to display an iota of a personality because the plot has to keep trucking along. At best, you know her superhero tragic backstory where she has two moms. Outside her powers, her parents' queerness is the only thing you know about her. Wanda Maximoff, my god, how the mighty have fallen. Outside of Raimi using her as a means to exude horror film tropes, she is done extremely dirty. First off, it's exhausting to have to watch Disney Plus shows to understand Wanda's arc in Multiverse of Madness. Yet it meant little to nothing. Do you think Wanda went through any type of growth in WandaVision outside of a power upgrade and new title? Marvel? Nope. Now instead of enslaving a town to create a picture-perfect life for herself, in WandaVision, she goes on a homicidal rampage so she can be a mom. I know this is closely related to the House of M story arc, but the fact that she's chasing after fictional sons who never existed after sort of exploring that already with her trauma makes her arc completely uninteresting, if not redundant. Given how poorly female characters are handled in this series, where they're either meant to pander or to the girlies or become literal martyrs to motivate the male leads, this is another low. It's been nearly a decade since Wanda joined the MCU, and despite being the most powerful Avenger of them all, Waldron, the screenwriter, gives her the worst arc I've seen in ages. From the veteran characters to straight-up newcomers, everyone has reverted to the most reductive they've ever been, and the poor dialogue sours the taste even further.
Wow. The fact that I agree with so much of this...
If you think about it,
it's kind of scary.
I feel like that's why it felt really fast, because the arcs were not there compared to other arcs. And yeah, I knew he had a thing with Christine, but it definitely fell apart.
America
in the
Chavez
first
is a bit tacky, and like I said, I don't really enjoy what they did to Wanda, or how they did it to Wanda. And then the thing with Christine is, like, it did drag on for a while. Like, at moments, it was like, you're about to drop everything just because you want to be with this Christine, and I can help you be with her. And it's like, for the viewer, it's kind of a feeling of, you don't really care that much. Or you didn't care that much. Why do you care so much right now?
I don't recall him ever being that in love with her to begin with. Like, he had a thing for her.
Yeah. I think it's the fact that she just got married.
Maybe it's like, like she's really gone, and that's the whole thing. I don't know.
I think they just needed to give her more importance, given that he's gonna be seeing her through the multiverse.
Yeah.
I don't know.
It's rough, but yeah, I think that had a lot to do with why I felt it was rushed.
And Doctor Strange is smarter than giving the whole universe up just because he wants to be with someone.
Yeah, exactly. So the fact that that's even like a question for him is like...
He's way smarter than that.
Yeah. Well, this Doctor Strange that we know.
Yeah, the one that we know, for sure.
I guess we just don't... He's hid a lot of his emotions, but we have never seen him hide those emotions. Yeah. So it's like... I guess if you had hinted that he was really in love with her beforehand,
maybe we would have cared a little bit more.
But when I'm watching the first Doctor Strange, it's just like, oh, they can't be together anymore. He found a new life as Doctor Strange. He's over her. That's my initial reaction. So the fact that this version says that he's definitely not over her is a little bit weird, I guess, at times.
Do you have any more reviews?
I think we'll stop it there.
Yeah,
I think that last review covered quite a bit.
I'll keep mine at 5 out of 5 just because I really like Doctor Strange. I definitely understand the points that these people are making, but I just cannot stop loving Doctor Strange and wanting more from it. So, yep.
I think I'll still keep mine the same.
Sounds good.
Yeah.
Yeah. Well, thank you so much for being here another day with us. And next up, we have
Jurassic
World
Dominion.
Will be coming later on this week.
Yes.
And just stay tuned for that. And follow us on Instagram. You can follow the podcast at NCOT the podcast on Instagram.
And we're posting on our stories whenever you go see a movie so that you know when the next review is coming up. We just watched Lightyear, and so tonight we're watching The Black Phone. So get ready for that. We're totally excited to do these reviews, and I hope you guys enjoy.
Yeah, so follow us, like I said, at NCOT the podcast on Instagram. So if you want to be updated on what we're doing right now, and yeah, just like follow us as well. Or you can follow me at Sebas Alip on Instagram. And you can follow me at Kate Johnston 622. Thank you for being here with us one more day, and we'll see you again later on this week. Yes, see you later. And cut.